Howdy. Lovely day. Summer storm rolling in. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are in the world. Recovered from Christmas. Hard to believe that was a month ago. A month. Thought I was only just recovering. Apparently someone gave Stevie Wonder a cheese grater for Christmas. Just finished it. He reckoned it was the most violent book he's ever read. Brady's making fun of blind people again. Massive respect to blind people. I was watching a marathon over the Christmas break as well. You know, one of those dress-up marathons where they wear fancy dress. Someone was dressed as a chicken, and then someone was dressed as an egg. And I thought, well, this will be interesting, won't it? Anyway, a month since Christmas, only 12 of those in the year. Don't have much time, do we? Can't jump at everything that shines. Got to use a bit of discernment when it comes to what's going on in the world at the moment, because only got a certain amount of time and energy. Now this Jacinta Ardern or Jason Hardon or whatever his name is, quit. That was weird footage, wasn't it? Anyone seen that footage of her or him walking in the red dress with the dick in her dress? A bit weird. I mean, I'm no crazy conspiracy theorist, as we all know, but that looked like a dick to me. Not that I care, as I've said many times before. Any grown adult wants to see a chick with a dick or a guy, whatever, doesn't bother me at all. Have a beer with you. Love you all. It's just we start ramming dicks down. Can't even say that. When we start ramming it down children's throats, that's what gets me. Through curriculums and overreach by agendas and creepy old men, and that's what gets me. She's quit now, let's see. And some people celebrating, and maybe it is a win. Who knows? Let's say that she stepped aside to do something else, and let's see how this snivelly, snot-faced little prick that is stepped in handles himself. I'll put it to you that he's probably going to be worse. Anyway, interesting fact about Jacinta Ardern. Did you know that she won by a nose at Ascot as a short price favourite once? Another interesting fact, did you know that she ate an apple through a fence? Just interesting fact about just Jason Hardon. If someone's got a link to that footage of that, it was a bit weird. I don't know what that is. Looks like a dick. Put it in the comments. Anyway, might be a win, might not. Got to use a bit of discernment. They're quite openly telling us that they're going to create chaos, uncertainty, and we're seeing a lot of leaders come and go, and weird leaders injected in, and they're just going to create as little foundation, as much uncertainty as possible. Try to provoke us into fighting each other, create chaos, and then comes the solution. That's what they're telling us they're going to do, so I'm guessing that's what they're going to do here. And to be honest, if these people are crazy enough to implement the last 3 years and inject us all with this shit, etc. Hold on, the dogs. He's a lovely dog. They can't really give him any benefit of the doubt. But they don't win, and they will be held accountable. We need to stay alert. Can't jump at everything that shines. Interesting to see some of these grovelling morons trying to backtrack, lay blame, chuck each other under the bus, justify, trying to be cool. It's funny watching a politician trying to be cool, isn't it? Just seen a politician in a leather jacket. It's like a pelican trying to be an eagle. So fuck off, pelican. Impossible for a politician to be cool. But this is a saturation campaign rather than a sophistication campaign. So it's up to us to filter it out. Some false flags are false flags, some things are real, and some things are real appearing as false flags, and double agendas and all sorts of things. We've got to stay in touch with ourselves, what's going on, be clinical as well as staying in our intuition to be able to know what's going on. And make sure we don't fight each other. From what I can tell, a lot of the BLM stuff and a lot of the sexism that's being promoted and a lot of the LGBTQI stuff is not so much to do with each other, our fellow citizens being leveraged and agendified and used to ulterior motives by the government. That's what I can tell. Should be blaming them. Setting aside a bunch of rednecks and morons, and there's no perfect science. A lot of it seems to be coming from them. Sometimes we might have already won. I've got a lot of gay friends who don't know what the fuss is about. They feel perfectly accepted. And I don't know anyone who's homophobic. Anyway, that's not my point. A lot of this is one big psyop though. So we've got to sift, select, reject, and then back. And there's no perfect sciences, but we've got to back what our decisions are 1000%. Admit when we're wrong if we do, dust ourselves off and keep going. And to do that, we've got to be totally in touch with ourselves. Got to get the pain out of our bodies, and then we've got to get a good decision-making process going. I like the bar graph method myself. In any certain situation, there's a bar graph of 100 bars. And in that, there's our energy, our time, the outcome, what we're dealing with, who we're dealing with. And how long it will take, so the time. So we're presented with a situation, do the bar graph method. What's involved here? Who's involved? How much time is it going to take? How much energy have I got? What's the outcome worth? Some of these massive battles, not even worth fighting. Some of the smaller battles, absolutely worth 100% of our time and energy over 6 months. For what our skill set is, or what our situation is, or what means the most to us, but we've got to go through that bar graph method, make a clinical situation, don't let the ego get involved, walk away from it if there's nothing in it, even if you know you're right, and even if that person's an absolute fuckwit. And then other times, stick with it, battle it out, no matter how much pain it causes. That could be our total cause in this. Your intuition comes out the other side. Sometimes the bar graph says one thing and the intuition says another. Always comes down to intuition. We've got to analyse situations, be at one with ourselves. Walk away from some. Absolutely give it to some other people. Anyway, just thought I'd say hello. Revving back up for the new year. Getting pretty censored on Facebook. It's almost a bit demoralising when you know, sometimes I look at the likes and there's 400, and then sometimes you look back and there's 300. They're taking them off. Some people trying to press the like button and it won't work. They've got no share button. It's that send thing, and anyone who knows me knows that's not what I'm all about, but I'm no one's slut. And so I urge you to got to keep it at the top of the algorithm, so do press like and leave a comment. I know I don't really engage, but I just can't. There's a bar graph in it, and I just can't. So it's not personal, but please keep doing that. And there's nowhere else to go. I go to YouTube. By the time I've loaded 3 videos in YouTube, they've already removed the first violation, second violation, third violation, and then account suspended. It's happened 5 or 6 times. I don't know what the fuck they've got against my head, or how everyone else gets away with it, but I just cannot be on YouTube. So they're all on Odyssey. No one's on there, so I've set up BradyGunn.com. I bought that about 15 years ago to put my travel blogs on and say, if you can't find me, in about a week or 2, there'll be BradyGunn.com built. And I'll see you then. And I'll go to Odyssey, but Facebook's just getting a bit ridiculous. Anyway. He's a bit dirty. He says hi though. Catch ya.